Hello. After when you press your pocket flap, the next step would be finishing your flap with the back stitch, which I'm going to show you. So that's a little, can you see little dots there? So that's the back stitch. So it shows one side and it's the same on another side. See, that's stitching called back stitch, or sometimes prick stitch. And the purpose of this teaching is, well, it's actually two purposes for this teaching. One is to hold your lining in place, because we're going to take our tucking out. Therefore, is that stitching will hold lining in place. And the second part is purely decorative, which is brings authentic look to the morning coat, that period look. So I'm going to demonstrate how to do that particular stitch. You will need two layers, or fold it, the fabric in half, or two layers of the fabric. And you need the thread, which is, I will advise you for your flap, use the thread which is the color of your top fabric. So it's not different color. Obviously, I use it different because so you can see it, but it's need to be as close as possible to your fabric. I'm going to use white thread, and this can be double thread or single thread. So I'm going to use single at the moment. That depends how visible you would like. So obviously, with the two threads, you can see your stitchings more. So the first thing you're going to do is make a note on the your thread, go through between two fabrics, and that's the reason they're called back stitch. So you go back and you go through again through the fabric on angle to another side, like that. So don't make it too tight. And again, back step, go through on angle to another side. Can you see that? The needle is on angle. Back stitch, step back, go another side, an angle. Step back. Make sure the distance between your stitchings is identical. So the beauty of this stitch is consistency. So the more you are consistent in the between your stitch, the more it looks better. And also you try to make sure the actual stitchings itself is identical. Okay. You go through. I hope that makes sense. That go through that, and that here, through that. So, and that's what you will have. So yes, try to have the same distance in the between stitching, try to have the same length of your stitchings, and also the distance from the edge is the same, so it's nice, continuous straight line. So exactly the same method, exactly the same, we're going to apply to your pocket flap. The only difference with this one is as you see, my stitches are very tiny. It's like a little tiny dot, and that's what makes more authentic. Exactly the same in the same manner, you know, I'll go through the layers. So back stitch, can you see that? Tiny dot, go through another side on angle, and then and then that side I, holds, that little dot will hold my lining again, and back stitch, and then go through like that. So as you see, it's important to be consistent. It's very important to have the same distance from the edge to your stitchings, distance between the stitchings, and this is an actual stitching itself. So that's why it looks very pretty when it's there. So yeah, remember, please remember, make sure your flap is done in the same color as your top fabric, which is dark blue or black, and and make sure it's as neat as possible. So you go all around your flap to secure your line. See you next time.